Apple unveiling the long-awaited iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus with a few twists. The big reveal showing off new additional color options, because that's so important. Black, jet black, I don't know, are those the additions? Okay, the new phones are now waterproof in case you spill your coffee, drop them in the toilet, in Dagan's case, or all of our cases.
They're water resistant, not
waterproof.
water
Resistant.
Very important differential. All right, but the most talked about change is that there's no head jack to listen to your music.
Yeah.
Joining us now is Brett Larson, tech expert and morning anchor on Fox News Headlines 24/7. First of all, Dagan, very good. Very important to point that out, because you can't go swimming.
No
with
snorkeling.
No snorkeling. No dropping it in the toilet. No dropping it in the sink if you're doing dishes. But if it's next to the sink while you're doing dishes and it gets splashed, it's going to be fine.
All right.
I mean, that's like a.
What about in the shower?
I wouldn't suggest bringing it in the shower with you, but if it gets a little steamy sitting on the, on the pedestal next to the shower while you're rocking out to your tunes, so they'll now be in stereo.
Kat Timpf is very upset this morning about the headphones.
Apple has a habit of doing this. They did this with the iMac when the iMac first came out. They said, "Who needs floppy disks?" And everyone said, "You're crazy. The floppy disk is the critical part of the computer." And it turned out that it wasn't.
No, this is different. I have little baby ears. They're not going to stay in my ears.
That's
can't get the new iPhone now.
Well, you can. It comes with an adapter, and I think what we'll probably see over the next 3 to 6 months, especially heading into the holiday season, is everybody's going to line up to make lightning-connected headphones. The problem that the thing you're not going to get is when you run into the gas station and need a $5 pair of headphones.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Or you're at the airport.
There's enough Kat Timpfs who are like, I'm not buying the new one because I hate this change. Like, what effect is that going to have on their sales?
It could have a potential downward effect on their sales, but it also comes with an adapter. And we all know we never lose adapters.
Are we also
there's the adapter right there.
Are we also delicate that we've dedicated our lives to the Apple ecosystem, and one change like this is going to drive us to Samsung? No.
No, and that's where
I don't buy that.
I love listening to tunes, and there's no way I'm able to listen to tunes with those little.
Should we get the new app? Should we upgrade if we have one?
If you have the 6S or 6S Plus, I say wait till next year. There's going to be a bigger, better, faster model that'll come out. It'll be the 10th anniversary of the iPhone, so I'm sure they're going to put a lot of resources into that. If you just got the 6 Plus S and all that, or if you have this, like I have the bent, broken 6S, or 6 Plus rather, I'll probably upgrade.
Brent, for people who still use that long wire to connect to their phone, wireless headphones are going to be huge. They're going to be an
absolutely.
If you still are tied to your phone, cutting that cord is.
I'm tied to my phone regardless.
It's terrific if you exercise.
Yeah, wireless headphones have been around for a long time. We've had Bluetooth headphones. They're very inexpensive. The AirPods that Apple came out with, I know day one when those come out, day two we're going to start hearing stories about people, I lost one of them.
All right, so let's talk about Super Mario Brothers.
How great is that? That was the most exciting part of the press conference yesterday.
This was the big secret. In the unveiling, Nintendo's Super Mario iPhone game was all part of this. What do you make of the gaming feature and the Pokemon Go that will be available on the Apple Watch?
I think
sounds dangerous.
It does sound dangerous. It's bad enough that we've got people walking around the streets staring at their phone playing Pokemon Go. Now they're going to be staring at their watch. It solidifies Apple as a gaming platform. I mean, Tim Cook made a very good point yesterday of saying it's the most popular mobile gaming platform. There's 500,000 games to play on the iOS, so for your iPhone and for your iPad. And for Nintendo to come in and say, and we're going to give you Super Mario, which, children of the 80s, I don't want to date myself, but children of the 80s will remember that was a very exciting game.
I'm very excited about it now.
That'll be huge.
Can you play it on an Apple phone?
You can play it on the phone. It's not going to be playable on the watch.
Right.
I think when the Super Mario game drops, it'll probably go to #1 in the iTunes.
All right, so for those that use Samsung, the Galaxy 7, for example, how does this measure up?
This is, it's bad timing for Samsung because they're dealing with the recall because of the battery issues, even though it only affected 3 dozen people. The thing that Apple always has, they have their core, pun intended, they have their core supporters who are always going to get whatever Apple does. And that's great because it gives them millions of people who are going to buy and try the new stuff and tell everybody, you know what, not having a headphone jack is not that bad. The audio is better through the Lightning connector, or, my music sounds better, my movies sound better. Will they sway people away from Samsung? that's a tough one because Samsung has really stepped up their game in terms of design and in terms of
I feel like
adding
I see more of them
features.
out there.
That's why the new enhanced camera on the Plus model with increased focus.
That gives you depth of field and telephoto.
Very big deal.
It's huge. It's great for photographers.
It's the water resistance and the camera is a direct shot. It's the Samsung Galaxy.
Right, and that's, I mean, because Samsung has had that for over a year now.
I think the question here is this innovation for the sake of innovation to put out a new phone, or is this really a game changer?
It's not a game changer. It's not a game changer. You know, Apple is on an annual cycle to update their products. And this is just their annual update. That's not to say it's not great.
There are 275 million people who have iPhones that are older than the 6. So that's an obvious upgrade cycle.
People are waiting for this one.
But what's interesting this time around is what we're seeing is wireless carriers don't always give you the sign up for 2 years. We'll give you the phone for $200. So more people are actually going to be paying full price for the phone. So we'll see if it'll be a huge seller. I'm sure it'll be a hit. Whether or not it'll be the runaway hit of previous models.
So, and by the way, the new colors, silver, gold, rose gold, black, jet black. Some of those they had before, but there's a couple new ones. It weighs less. It has a brighter screen level. I think it's already gets pretty bright.
The brighter screen is great for when you're out in the sunshine.
Much better battery.
Better battery life, 2 hours better than last year's model, which is great, although I'd be upset if I just bought the 6S Plus. And the stereo speakers, I think, is interesting. That's another benefit from taking the headphone jack out.
Yeah, you're going to have to play your music out loud if you want to hear it, because those headphones are a joke.
Not gonna get
so we're going to go back to the days on the subway when people are like going to be rocking out like it's a boombox.
Seriously. All right, Brett, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. All right, coming up, Intel is spinning off its cybersecurity division. What the new deal with TPG means for the future of McAfee.